Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at a classic mystery movie as we take a look at The Omen. And stay tuned for our bonus story as we take a look at a character profile when we look at Oogie Boogie. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are looking at The Omen. This movie was released on June 6th, 1976. It was directed by Richard Donner. The screenplay was by Dave Seltzer, and the production companies were 20th Century Fox and Mace Newfield Productions. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The budget for this movie was $2.8 million, and it did a box office return of $60.9 million. So in terms of the production, the idea from the movie came from a discussion about the Bible with producer Harvey Bernhard and friend Bob Munger. It landed its hands in screenwriter Dave Seltzer, who was hired to write the script, but it did take him over a year to complete the final draft. Originally, this was scheduled to be a Warner Brothers feature, but it remained in development until 20th Century Fox took over, and it was distributed by them. Filming started on October 6, 1975, and it would wrap on January 9, 1976. And filming locations included the Bishop's Park in London and the Guildford Cathedral in Surrey. The original score was composed by Jerry Goldsmith, and this score would earn him an Academy Award. In terms of the cast, we have Robert Peck, who plays Robert Thorne, Lee Remick, who plays Catherine Thorne, David Warner, who plays Keith Jennings, Billy Whitelaw, who plays Mrs. Baylock, and Harvey Spencer Stevens, who plays Damien Thorne. In terms of the plot, American diplomat Robert adopts Damien with his wife Catherine after she delivers a stubborn child. After Damien's first nanny hangs herself, Father Brennan warns Robert that Damien will be responsible for the death of Catherine's second unborn child. Shortly after Brennan dies, and Catherine miscarries after Damien forces her off the balcony. More people around Damien start to die, and Robert starts to investigate Damien's background and soon realizes that his adopted son may be the son of the Antichrist. So in terms of the legacy of the movie, the film was written by David Seltzer, and he would compose also a novel, which was released 2 weeks before the film. The film would span several sequels, which we are going to cover in detail in future videos, along with a remake in 2006 and a prequel in 2024. The Omen was developed as a pilot for NBC in 1995, but it was never made it past the pilot stage. Another show titled Damien would be produced by A&E, and it would run from March 7th to May 19th, 2006, and would show Damien as an adult. So would I recommend this movie? I like this movie. I think it's a neat mystery. It's a horror movie, but it's not like blood and guts and everything. It's more kind of thriller type. Kind of, you don't know who's responsible for the deaths and kind of what'll happen next. So it's kind of an edge of your seat thriller, which I really like. It is 1970s filmmaking, so it is a little bit longer than we're used to. But in terms of kind of thrillers and the story, I like the pace that it goes at, and it's great character development as well. So I really recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. So as we take a look at our bonus story, we're going to take a character profile of Mr. Oogie Boogie. So Oogie Boogie, his first appearance was Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, and he was created obviously by Tim Burton, and he was voiced by Ken Page. In terms of a brief bio for Mr. Oogie Boogie, the main protagonist in The Nightmare Before Christmas, he is composed of bugs inside a burlap sack, and he is 2 feet high and green in color. According to Tim Burton, he was based off of Cab Calloway, and Ken Page, who provided the voice for him, said the voice was a mix between Bert Lahr and the demon from The Exorcist. So in terms of other appearances, because he appeared in other things other than The Nightmare Before Christmas, he would appear in The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King, which is a novel, and it would reveal his origins along with the origins of his rivalry with Jack. He also appears in the video game The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, where this is a sequel to the movie where he's reassembled by Lock, Shock, and Barrel. In the Disney parks, Oogie will appear in the Haunted Mansion holiday kind of crossover for the Haunted Mansion, as well as during the Halloween season. Oogie will appear in the fireworks at Disney World's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. He has also been featured in Disney's World of Color, The Villainous, which is a villain-themed Disney World of Color. And he is also the host of Oogie Boogie's Halloween Party, where he'll appear in meet and greets. He has also been featured in Kingdom Hearts video games, as well as Kingdom Hearts 2 as part of Maleficent's team of villains. So I really like the character. I think it's kind of a neat villain, kind of very musical. And I definitely like the design of the character too. So I know a lot of people kind of consider them one of his favorites. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would love for your comments of what you think of The Omen, as well as if you have a favorite memory of Oogie Boogie, I would love for you to share it. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going to be taking a look at a Disney movie that started off as animation, but then became a live action, as we take a look at Aladdin. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.